Hey everybody, I wanted to talk to you really quickly about double signs when dealing with integers. There's a lot of times where people are trying to juggle through all of these different integer rules, and if you're thinking about integer operations as a series of rules, then I think you're making it about as difficult as you could on yourself. So I want to talk about a different way, a way where we can maybe logically work our way through how we can deal with double signs so that if you are a rule person, the rule makes sense. Okay, let's jump in and play around with those three examples you see. So what you see in the top left corner, 4 minus a negative 2. Too often we tend to go, okay, so like same signs are positive and different signs are negative, but then when we go to do integer operations, maybe all those rules don't quite match up. And so now you need to have a set rule for a certain circumstance, but then make sure we don't use it in another. Too complicated. Let's take a look in the top left corner again. 4 minus a negative 2. The more we can see that subtraction as what we are doing, and then that negative as the sign we're doing it with, then I think we can think about this stuff logically. So let's look at the gold. We are subtracting, we are taking away. Look at the blue, negatives. So if I was to tell you, hey, we're going to take away negatives, well, what does that do to the sign of something? Then I hope that we could see that that would be the same thing as making something more positive. If we subtract negatives, then it's more positive. So we could get rid of those two signs, the double sign, and write it with an addition instead. Okay, take a look at the top right. I now have negative 5, and here's my plus, so I'm adding. But in this case, I'm adding negatives. So if I said you were adding negatives, are you making it more positive or more negative? I'm hoping that it's logical that we're making it more negative. If you add in negatives, then it becomes more negative. So get rid of the double sign, write it with a subtraction. Down in the bottom left corner, we are subtracting, so we are taking away. This time we are taking away positives. Well, if we take away positives, then we make something more negative. I really think that those are three of your examples where if we just start to think about we're adding, so we're making something more, we're taking away, subtracting, so we're making something less, then I think that double signs could help out. Once you have everything to single signs, now it's just collecting and you should be off to the races. Okay, I hope that that helps you out when dealing with double signs. Best of luck with all your work.